As in-depth of an education that I did receive in Texas on American history, looking back on it now, I'm certainly surprised that the race massacre was not made aware to us.
It's really important to know that history. That history is what the foundation of Tulsa is built on. It's what changed our whole community. And so without knowing that history and without remembering it, how are we able to move forward? We're supposed to be able to look back at history as examples of what we should and shouldn't do in our future right now.
Sugarcoating history doesn't do anyone any good, you know? Telling what happened, how it happened, can, induce greater understanding, and you understand what actually happened, and you don't get this kind of idea that, oh, well, it happened and it was bad, and it's better now, kind of the way that slavery is taught. That's kind of the way slavery is taught, especially for me growing up. It's like, oh, it was bad, but then now all is better, right? It was awful, and now it's not all better. And the same thing goes here. It was awful, and it's still not all better, you know?
It is critical that people talk about it. Too long, people such as myself have been able to afford to step back from conversations because they have been uncomfortable. And now we are at a point in our history as a city and as a nation where it's important that we live in that uncomfortableness and acknowledge that what has happened has actually happened, and that we are all a part of the healing process, and we're all a part of the story and how that's going to unfold. So it's critical that we all be a part of the conversation and then act on those conversations.
Without unification, we're not going to go anywhere. So it's up to all people to create programs and to involve themselves in programs, to educate themselves, to make change, to change the systematic racism that's occurring, but for all people and not just like Black people. We're the only people that are fighting for our change.
I do think Tulsa is trying to heal and move forward, just, starting all the projects, starting conversations, starting, searches and things like that. I think it's a step in remembering, and once you remember, then you can heal, right? But I wouldn't necessarily say that compared to the rest of the country, it's more united. I don't think what's going on in the rest of the country is necessarily perpetuating the divide.
That being said, there's still more work to be done.